That shit was
Don't run there on the floor.
70 fucking megabytes.
Did you guys save the bot?
What were you niggas doing?
Y'all
bro?
could be doing this in Yanni, by the way.
Yeah, we don't care about that server, man.
Man, I'm not
Yeah, we
debating with
don't.
Blow yourself fuck out.
I'm not.
Yeah, I ain't debating.
No, I'm just.
I ain't debating that sir, bro.
Oh, why you got gyro,
Oh, yeah.
Shinra?
Nah, fuck those niggas.
CTO like chose the worst time to do it.
Hey,
You
can I
guys
get
still-
perms back? I had perms in that server. Where my perms go, man?
What's
I
up?
think somebody.
Hey, nigga, you literally just said 2 sentences ago, fuck the server. What the fuck? 2 sentences ago.
Wait, no, I ain't gonna lie. If I get perms, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm be in that bitch all day. You gonna see my face. Real shit.
He's just like me. He just
Oh,
like
God.
I got perms.
I don't know about that. That nigga gyro and that bitch. That nigga's a known dick eater. Nah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
low
saying
key,
that
low
nigga,
key,
oh God,
no, low key. He's on his like last like, dude. I was like, not the only reason why he's in it is because Yanni, what's it called, really wanted him in there.
Bro, like, that whole friend group is. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
I don't
know.
know. Nigga just be.
Wait. They got like 2 days. Like if they like say one thing like dick eating randomly, cut.
Bro,
like,
all
you
they
guys
do is
don't-
just like they're like D1 internet trolls. Like they're like
they
the
just
goons of
dick
the
eat. Dude,
goons
no,
of
they
the-
just dick eat in chat, like, but like literally chronically, like they do it like all day for months.
Yeah.
Like
I
dude,
agree, bro.
crazy.
Like Shiki, he just dick eats in chat all day.
like
Oh,
dude, like
yeah.
this guy, like bro.
Bro, she kill cool, man.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah,
Did he
it
pay
got
for that?
debatable.
Anyway, Fearless, you can start the beat.
Can I get my pick perms?
Yeah, I got you.
I got you, bro. I'm a co-sign that. I got you.
Thanks, man. Cause they removed my pick perms because people keep spamming gay porn in the chat.
You keep spamming gay porn in the chat.
What?
Who is B, bro? I thought that was the OGB. This guy's a
Who is
a
that?
lord, bro. Oh, Aston. What's up?
Oh, that's Aston.
Anyway, let's get Aston versus
That was
Archie.
good, man.
Aston versus Archie for sure.
Yeah.
Let's
I
get
bet
that going.
that is a better debate.
Yeah, Aston, don't duck.
I ain't gonna lie, official. You gotta wait to get your ass beat, bro. You suck.
No, I just pinged it. Go ahead and debate.
Bro, who trying to debate, bro? I'm bored of shit, bro.
Archie debate.
I'll debate Archie. I'll debate Archie.
Sure.
I'll debate Archie.
Yes, finally, yes. Oh my god.
What topic you want to do?
We could do. It don't really. We could do cross first, bro. Keep it simple.
All right, I'll take ELLAIN BELLOC.
I'll just take Calm Saints here.
Gotcha. Who do you want to have, Judge?
Archie, let's debate and then just start loud mic and you down.
I don't really care.
Yeah,
I
after
don't really
this, I
care.
got
You
you.
can have a recording. You can have a recording. I don't really care for judges. It don't matter.
Okay. For sure. I don't understand, man.
You cool with my character being able to cut non-physical things?
If you prove it, yeah, I'd be pretty okay with that.
All right, sure. What if it's all right? Cool. I gotta get on my phone now.
Yeah, this nigga fakes, bro. What are you talking about? My mic has been working the entire time. That's a you issue.
I'm just gonna leave this. Oh, do I want to leave this Yu-Gi-Oh match? No, I think I'm gonna. No, I think I'm gonna leave it.
Cut non-physical. But the crazy thing is, I've heard even so much crazier shit. I didn't even question that. I was just like, all right. I mean, if you can prove it, right?
All right, let me see.
Nah, Hero did get me to debate. I won't lie.
Wait, did the debate start?
Yep, it
Yep.
did. I just had to go find this one scan. All right.
Wait, who judging?
I guess we wreck him and then send it to whoever. Okay.
VC chat.
VC chat.
There you go. Yeah.
So where did he cut something on physical? That is
No,
not a
it
word. I
says
meant
the
non-physical.
shortest one.
My apologies.
There you go. So the scan says, yeah, you can cut anything, cut non-physical things, stuff like that.
Interesting. Why should I be motivated to believe this, man?
Why should you be motivated to believe this? I
Yes.
guess because it's affirmed, and usually in cases when something's true, it's affirmed to be the case.
I mean, yeah, propositions naturally affirm certain conditions, but Why should I be motivated to believe this affirmation?
But I don't
Because
think
this
it. I
affirmation
don't think
could be
it boils
false.
down to just. I don't think it boils down to just propositions and stuff like that. It could boil down to like other concepts and stuff like that. Usually, when we're trying to look at something that's like true of X, we're gonna look
Right.
at things that are also would be true of X when X is
Right,
true.
right.
So
We
this
rely
would
in
be true of X when
patterns.
X is true.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we
Yeah,
have
naturally.
So we already have some type of consistency and an affirmation that it's like not even like a knowledge claim, and then multiple things saying that there's nothing you cannot cut. So we have serious emphasization, and we're also getting like serious face tones by the old man. So it seems to be like a
Right,
serious
right.
scene, not him trying to like. I think
Only
that's pretty
issue
good reasoning.
is I can interpret all of that as the absolute opposite of each other, and since there's a lack of unique context that uniquely leads to that conclusion, or there's no preponderance of evidence that uniquely leads to your conclusion, this would be just simply be an issue of equal interpretation. I haven't seen anything, nor have I given a basis to believe that this is the case. I've heard your interpretation, but I don't think your interpretation is actually motivating me to believe it. I think it's just informing me about your perspective, rather.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you've justified you being able to equal interpret it. Well, we can get into that in a minute. But as far as like what I'm talking about, uh, these things more so if you're just saying like the terms could be used to mean something different, well, that's fine. But when they differ from text and stuff like that in fiction, they explain and stuff like that they diverge from it. For example, like Ki and Naruto, chakra and this, but here we just have the affirmation of what things that more so strongly imply X because we don't see the evidence of the deferring from the said thing. So I'm not going to deny the possibility of somebody like using these words differently to affirm different things, but given our normal semantics, translation process, all that and stuff like that, it seems to be strongly seen in my case. And as far as like serious face tones, again, that just seems more improbable because again, when we're talking about scenarios like that, that's like within nature of a person to do like opposite, like not be like affirming a type of truth. It would be within nature of the character to like do something like sneaky or like backhand or like try to tell lies, but we don't really have evidence of that. We just have a serious affirmation and stuff like that, which is usually indicative of X being affirmed and stuff like in a serious way and it being true.
Oh
So I
my
think we definitely have good evidence for
What are you
said thing.
talking about?
So I think it's justified.
Okay, so the only issue with that is that initially you had already already outlined the reason for me believing this, and I already said the same substance that I'm using is the knowledge and data that you use to refer to your personal conclusions. That is going to be the basis of mine. So this would be a situation of equal interpretation. The justification of why I can equally interpret
I don't.
would simply be the fact that this data is being used not to uniquely refer to your personal position. That is what's in question. If that was a previous affirmation that wasn't in question, then obviously there would be room to question my usage of equal interpretation. But since this isn't something that has been confirmed yet, and this is still something being debated upon, that gives me room and justification to equally interpret. Now, the idea
Yeah, I'm not
of
saying the
you
possibility
personally
doesn't exist for you to equal
interpreting
interpret.
your personal
But
perspective
when
and
you just
stance,
say that you're
and
going
the
to equal
reason why
interpret
this
something
doesn't
and not
uniquely
give
lead
like
to your
counter
conclusion
evidence
is going
or
to be
why yours is a
because
stronger
when it
account,
states
it's
that
not
there's
really
nothing
treated
you
as
can
something
lead to,
equal.
that is going to
Because
be a
when equal
proposition.
interpretation,
And this
you're
proposition and the
providing
way we
counter
measure
evidence,
the
not
truth
just
measurements
possible
of these
evidence that you could bring. That's
propositions,
not like
it's
a
very
measurable
similar to how
set,
we use
which we would
Boolean
use to
logic within, let's
measure
say,
like the credence
programming,
towards like an
let's say
interpretation.
math, to where we're going to be operating
So
within ones and we're going to be
I
operating
think that would
within
be different.
zeros. Now, each proposition can be of a one and a zero, regardless of the literature or the context behind it, regardless of the connotation, the tone, regardless of whether it's satirical or not. There's always going to be an equivalent value to it, whether that's true or false. And obviously, we don't have unique context to imply or conclude that it's referring to one in this instance of it being true. So, granted all of those parameters, there's still going to be a hefty burden for you to narrow this down. That's why
Well, I
I
think
can equally interpret.
yeah, so I disagree with like parts of what you're saying, but as far as like the justification for it and like why mine has more credence and like probability, I think I've already explained that. So I guess we could just move on to like my next scaling or whatever and stuff like that, and people would just like judge off the video if I won. So I'll just talk about other abilities that they have, if that's
That's
fine.
fine if you think that you won that.
Okay. So then I'm gonna bring up let's see. Oh yeah, so since I'm using Comp Saint Seiya here, there's this one scan that says that they can control all forces in nature. So I'm pretty sure it's something like that. It says some shit like that. It's like a pretty good scan. You see. Here, let me just here. Let's just do that one too. Okay. Oh, actually here. Wait, is
what's
your
the given
character
proposition
non-physical?
definition?
Wait, is your character non-physical or physical?
Yes.
Because I don't want to send a bunch of
Yes.
unnecessary shit.
He's non-physical.
I was just about to get into that, but hold up.
Yo, tag me in for a second. My character's not physical. Okay.
Cosmology, bro. My Wi-Fi is so trash right now. Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie. While you're looking for whatever, I might just
Yeah, no, I'm asking you a
around.
question. Is your character
Oh, what?
non-physical?
Oh,
Is
is
your character
mine?
non-physical?
No,
Yeah.
no, she's not.
No, so they're physical. Okay, cool. You agree my character has like
Oh, I thought you were asking
okay,
if
so
she's
the way I'm gonna word it.
physical.
Oh, okay, so I'm just gonna lay it out like this. My character
If you're
can, like,
referring to being non-physical, then
yeah,
no,
so my
she is
character-
non-physical.
yeah. Okay, so my character is able to like destroy eternal beings and be unaffected by change, but he also has this form where he's like constantly changing. Like every single aspect about him, it's constantly changing.
Yeah, so he's like
and stuff
causally
like that.
limited.
No.
Well, that's what change is. I mean, if he's constantly changing, you're agreeing that he's causally limited.
No, I said he has multiple forms. So like there's okay, so he can be in this one form where it's like, oh, he's
I thought you just said that
unaffected
he's
by
constantly changing.
change and stuff like that in the rules. Yeah, no, there's different forms of like what he can take
So
and
is
stuff
he
like that,
constantly
depending on, like,
changing,
what
or is he
does.
not constantly changing?
It depends on which form he takes. So
So
if
there
when
is
he's
a
constantly
circumstance
changing-
depending
yeah.
on condition to which
Yeah.
he constantly changes.
Well, if you let me finish. So how it's explained.
I was
in the
just trying to
verse and
narrow
stuff
that
like
down so I
there's
could
a law of-
follow you.
Yeah, no, hold on. Yeah, so there's this thing
Right.
called the law of trans side of Saint Seiya. So it basically talks about
Law of
how
what?
all things within the verse and stuff like that, law of transience. It's kind of similar to
what?
like a Buddhist concept. Transience.
Transience? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I forgot how to directly spell it, but I don't think it
Okay.
matters.
So probability
it basically
theory.
just
Okay.
so what? No, that's not a probability theory. I can just send you the scan about what it talks about.
So that means
but
your
anyways,
thing is wrong,
So
unfortunately.
no.
Unless
It's
this
just
isn't how you
a
spell it. Is
different
this how you
concept.
spell it?
Yeah, you might be looking at a whole different concept. What we're talking
Right,
about is
right,
just
right.
this rule. We're just talking about what's true, like in
Right,
sense
right,
is,
of
like
course,
reality. I guess I'd say
Right.
that's
right,
all
right.
we're talking about.
Uh-uh.
So they just talk about how all things within a verse are constantly changing. So like they have like multiple forms, like their spiritual aspects, physical aspects, identity. All of the things would be inclusive under like things or whatever, stuff like that. So if your character had an ability, if it's constantly changing, I don't think it would have like a permanent effect. Would you agree
Interesting.
to that or
So
no?
no, I wouldn't. And also, by the way, so you would say that your
Why?
character, there are previous events beforehand that your character wasn't of this form, but then there is an event that leads to it being in this form.
Well, I don't know about the specific theory of time, but I just know
I
that
never
my
asked about
character
a
does
theory
have.
of time, in fact, because under both
Well,
theories
you
of
said,
time,
like-
B theory of
you
time,
said,
which
like,
is
a-
tenseless, and A theory of time, which is tenseful.
Yeah, no, that's
They can
different.
both refer
Yeah,
to
that's
causal
different from
events.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, I know.
Then what do you
I'm
mean?
just talking about. I don't know what the specific format for the Saint Seiya verses. I just know
Wait,
about
I'm just
the
asking
abilities and stuff
because
they're able
I'm
to
just
do.
asking. Was there? This is
Well, I
something
don't
you
think-
can personally observe, so it's not really a matter
Well,
of time theories, right?
Maybe.
Do you think
Maybe,
that there is an
maybe
event
you
before
can,
to where your
but-
character
hold on,
was
let me
in the
finish,
form that it gets in?
Let me finish. So what's affirmed is just my character has these set capacities. So I don't see how you're a character if my character is constantly changing. Your ability.
How does
would
this
be able
nigga
to
have me
a
blocked,
permanent
but then
effect.
go and try to use me for sobs? I was finna sob
Yes,
you
I don't
too.
think-
My fault.
Yeah, I don't think your ability would work if it's constantly changing. It would just not. Work.
Yeah. So if it's constantly changing, that
Because
means
it's
there was an
constantly
event prior to a change that happened. There was an altercation. That is within the rules of causality. You do
defining-
understand this, correct?
Are we just talking about like a point in time? Because like I don't know if it's
I'm talking
like,
about an
in time
event.
or out of time.
Do you know what an
Then
event
in all
is?
these different realms and stuff. Well, an
Yeah,
event.
Yeah.
Well, how would you define it? Because I think
That's
of
okay.
it. I think of it
It's
just
okay, man.
like
So
a sequence.
that's fine. We're just going to
Would you call it
use
like a
the
sequence or something?
definition so we can narrow it down as accurately as we can. Okay. So definitionally, it's just something that takes place in a significant occurrence. So there's something unique of that event that is
Significant occurrence.
non-unique of any other.
Wait, something that takes place. Okay, so something that takes place. Well, would you say like? Okay, well, I don't think. Never mind. I don't think that contradicts anything of what I'm saying. You find when we move.
I
on
don't
to
think
my
it does
next point?
either. I think that is exactly what you're saying, that there is an event in, time or in causality. I won't even specify time, but in causality to where your character had a form, and then at certain points they
really,
don't.
Because causality.
Well, didn't you say that
because I
this?
think some,
Didn't you say
yeah,
that this
I think
depends, right?
fiction. Wait, listen. No, I think fiction and stuff like that. You could do something beyond like.
Wait, listen.
causality.
You
need
did
not
say
be
it
causality.
depends. That sometimes it is, sometimes
but
it isn't, correct?
Well, in certain fictions, but I don't know about in.
No. I'm talking about for your character specifically. Your character sometimes changes and
my
sometimes
character?
he's not.
Well, he can shift. He can shift to like a state where it's,
Right.
like,
So there's an
change doesn't
event where
apply
he
to him.
is that, and there's an event where he isn't.
No, I don't know necessarily.
No.
I just know
So
that he
can it
do
shift or
both.
can it not?
I don't know. I said I don't know necessarily.
But
I
you just
know he
made a
can do
knowledge
both
claim that it can,
abilities.
though.
No, I'm saying that he can do both abilities because that's what's shown.
No, I'm not asking about your
So,
abilities. That's
you're
exactly
just talking,
actually.
Yeah, you're talking
I'm
about the
asking-
specific. You're more so talking about like. Okay, so here's what we're talking about. We know that Naruto
Listen.
can do a Rasengan. You're more so talking about how exactly does the Rasengan work. Now, it doesn't matter how exactly the Rasengan works if you know that they can do the ability.
That has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Listen, my friend.
I think
you
it does.
understand right here, okay, that clearly if I'm asking you about an event to where there's an event to where your character has changed, you have confirmed there is an event to where your character has changed. You said sometimes your character changes, sometimes it doesn't. The usage of sometimes of it in itself is already implicative of some type of chronoterm or chronotense, right? I mean, clearly what you're describing is that there are events to where your character has a form and that there are certain events to where he doesn't.
It could be like it could be like an like if they're above the laws of logic, which I do think they are.
Even identity is an event to where you change as well. You understand that, right?
Well, if you're beyond the laws of logic, you can't really affirm any properties to them.
Causality is above the laws of logic. You understand that, right? We don't need the laws of logic.
I don't get where that. I don't get. Hold on. No. Wait, what? No, I'm saying the laws of causality wouldn't exist without the laws of logic. What?
Duh. And I'm saying that's not the case. I disagree.
So
with
then
that.
that's just what? Wait,
Yeah.
can you justify that? Like that doesn't make sense.
I don't need to justify that.
How can
I
it's
need you
not
to justify
causality.
why
You
that's
don't
the
need to-
case. I just
You
told
don't
you
need
I
to.
disagree with
You don't
you.
need to justify.
Why I disagree
okay,
with
so you
you?
can
No,
disagree
because
with
your
me.
proposition hasn't even
Yeah, so
been
you can
justified.
disagree with
Under
me
Hitchens
personally.
raised, or I
Hold
can
on,
dismiss
you
what
can
you're saying
disagree with
without
me.
evidence.
Oh my god, no. You can disagree
Yes.
with me, but what you're saying not be possible. So if what you're saying
It
isn't
can.
possible,
I
then
agree.
It's
That
fine.
also equally has applies to your own
Yeah, but
personal
by the
idea.
laws, yes.
And I'm
No,
not directly saying that. I
don't
think you're a bit confused.
I don't think it does
right?
because the laws of
What I
logic
said
would
was
say
that I
that's-
dismiss what you're
that's
saying and that I
impossible.
disagree. This disagreement isn't based on a
Well, I don't-
proposition that I've made. This
Well,
disagreement
the
is made
laws
of
of
a lack of
logic, and I
evidence
guess
from the
a general
proposition you
account.
made.
Yeah, so a general.
That's going to be the difference,
so
and
a
that's going to be
general
the
account of
issue.
what the law of identity entails means that cannot be true.
What part of the law of identity states that the causality has to operate?
Because you're saying the law of identity.
No, I'm
says
asking
A
for what
equaling
rule
A.
does this contravene?
This thing does not have a property, right? But you're saying that this thing doesn't have a property.
What
but you're
rule
saying
does
that
it
this thing
contravene?
is doing something.
It's very, very
that
simple.
entails that it has a property. So that's a
I
contradiction.
don't think you know the rule
So
it
the laws of
contravenes.
contradiction.
What rule does that contravene? The law of identity.
The law of identity and law of non-contradiction.
What do you think the law of identity says?
Yeah, so A equaling A. So all that's true of for something to be identical, right? All that's true of A would have to be equal of A. Now you're trying to say that this thing has properties and stuff like that, which would inherently be
What
some
properties
sort of
does it
identity.
have?
That would inherently be an identity.
What property
You're
does
saying
it have?
causality.
What property does it have?
You're saying that this thing has some property of existence.
You think existence is a property?
Yeah, existence is definitely a property.
I disagree.
Well, I don't care if you disagree.
That doesn't matter whether you care. Again, this isn't your
If it
therapy
wasn't a
session.
property, yeah.
The
So if
point
it wasn't
is,
a property,
I don't
if it
agree to
wasn't a
such
property, you
parameter,
can't
and such
affirm-
parameter has
Yeah,
to be
so,
true
yeah.
in order for your contradiction to go through. So if it's not true, your
No,
contradiction
that's
doesn't go
not-
through
that doesn't have to-
regardless.
it doesn't have to
So
go
whether you
through.
care doesn't really
No,
matter.
that's not how that
That's the
works.
refutation.
No, that's No, it's not a refutation because again,
Yes,
if
it
that
was a
thing doesn't have a
refutation.
property, we wouldn't be able to talk. We wouldn't be able to talk about it.
Again,
Like, that would just be a
existence is
contradiction,
something
yeah.
that I believe is not a property. I mean, Kant has also argued this. I don't think
Yeah,
existence.
so yeah, you can make you can
listen.
say that.
Existence is not a
You can say
property
that.
can be attributed
Yeah, it has
to an
form. It
object.
has
It's
form,
just a
and that
way
can
of
be
thinking
perceived,
about
right?
objects
That's what
in
it means, that
relation to the
form.
world.
No, existence has form.
Yes. Have you not read the Critique of
Yeah,
Pure
okay, so
Reasoning by Immanuel
so
Kant?
so existence. No, I think you're just trying to talk over me. So existence has form, right? Okay, cool. So you're conceding to the fact that it has properties, therefore it follows the
No.
laws of logic. 'cause
So things can
illogical things
things
don't
can
exist in
have
reality.
composition without it
What's your basis for
necessarily
that?
holding to this.
Yeah, can you prove that? Can you prove that?
Prove what about it? What do you need proof on?
Prove all your prove what you're saying is logically possible.
Because it doesn't contravene a law of logic. That's the proof.
Okay, so justify that. Justify that.
I have. It doesn't contravene it. The law of
No, you saying
identity
that it doesn't
simply
you say-
states that A equals A. That's not something it contradicts.
What does
because
it mean? What does
you
it
can
mean
still
to be A
operate
equaling
within
A?
that. I don't need to
What does
explain
it mean
that.
to be A equaling
I don't need
A?
to explain
You're
that.
trying to
The law
affirm
of
it. You don't need to
non-contradiction
explain that.
obviously states.
Well, then I don't.
or obviously
Then I don't.
states that
Then I
it
don't agree
refers
with
to
your account of
absence
what the law of identity
or
is.
lack of contradiction, right?
I don't
That,
agree with your account of identity.
If two
That's
contradictory
fine.
statements both
Now, if
you
you have
equal
a
at the same
different
time,
account,
it just
that doesn't entail what you're
That's
saying
not
is actually
something that
reflective of reality.
contradicts my statement.
Now, the laws
And the
of
law of
logic are
excluded
something
middle
that is reflective of
also does
reality
it
and
as well.
shown to be
Because my
reflective of
statement
reality
can
under
still
by
operate with its
interpretation.
commitments regardless.
Right?
So that's
We
the proof
cannot
of the
point to
individual
anything that does not follow under my account of the laws of logic and reality.
That's okay.
So
it doesn't
take
really
mine and yours,
matter.
and you can't
I'm
even
following
account.
under the
Wait, you can't
laws of
even. You're
thought.
not even providing. You're not following. Hold on.
You
You're
can't
not
even
really
speak
following.
properly.
Hold on.
Dude, I've already
Because you're
outlined
cutting
why
me
this
off.
isn't the
You're
case.
cutting me off. Yeah,
I'm
so
not. You've
I can
actually
just
been
get to my
cutting me
next
off
character
this entire
skill.
time because I never even finished speaking beforehand. In fact, I was just responding to what you're saying
Wait,
previously by proving that it doesn't
you
contradict.
genuinely hold on, Archie. You genuinely just said that something without form can have other properties. Can have properties. Like, what are you talking about?
That's actually not what I said.
That's what you just said. That's literally what you just
So
said.
it
Okay,
seems
so if you
that's a
concede
tracking
that that's
issue on
not
your
the
end.
case. Okay, so cool. So what I'm saying is actually true. That's fine.
So again,
that's a
I've proved
concession.
and I've justified my position. So can you
No,
please
you
provide
haven't
me
justified
what
your
law of
position.
thought my position contravenes, since I've justified
Already
why it
explained
doesn't?
it. Already explained how it.
No, you
contradicts. So
didn't.
we can conclude on this point.
I've already
Wait, we can
addressed
conclude
this.
on this point.
No.
Wait, okay.
I
so
want
we
you to
can conclude.
prove which law it
I already
contravenes.
did. I already did.
No, you
so
didn't.
We can conclude.
What you previously did was you misrepresented my position, to which I clarified for you. So upon
No,
new
no, no, no,
clarification and new recollection,
You
what
tried to
exactly
change the
does it
semantics
contravene?
and stuff like that. Try to entail that something
You
was
can
logically
say
possible.
that I'm
but you
trying
could
to, but
justify
I'm
it
just
being logically
describing and
possible.
observing of the previous
Right,
events
and
that
then you
happened.
didn't even justify
It
your
seems that you
account
can't
proving what
properly
makes things
understand what's
logically
going on.
possible. So can you justify your account of identifying meaning what's reflective of reality being logically possible, or in other modal logics?
So I already have. That's actually the entire point that I previously
I don't
made.
think you've done that. Yeah, so I don't think you've
I
done
don't
that,
really care
right?
what you think. This isn't.
That's fine. So we can conclude.
Like this.
Wait,
I hate
so
to
yeah,
break
we
it to
can
you. This
conclude.
isn't the official thinking session. No. This is a debate where
No,
we're
it
bringing
definitely
proof
is.
and
It
evidence.
definitely is. It seems
And
like
I
I'm
have
amping
already
you.
told you previously.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna listen to your long ass rants. We can conclude. If you keep on trying to
we're
yap
not
at
doing
me,
that, by the way, because I have higher perms than you, and Archie's my
yeah, I don't.